what would you say to young people who are like wanting to follow in their dreams, but they feel like they're too big, or they are, like they're a bit crazy?
Don't wait. I would say go ahead, because you can't wait for everything to be perfect, because it never will be. And so just go or do whatever it is that is your dream. And as the challenges present themselves, stick to it, and just and it's astonishing that almost any impossible dream can come true. But first you have to dream it, and then you have to take a step towards it, and then you have to keep at it, and then you have to allow other people to help you, because everybody wants your dream to come true. And then it's just a matter of tenacity, and all kinds of crazy stuff can happen.
And what is your dream these days?
These days, my dream is to kind of pay back for the fact that my dreams came true for ages and ages, and I had a beautiful life on Mother Ocean, all over, seeing incredible cultures and amazing people. And so at this point in my life, I'm trying to do something to help Mother Ocean, because she's obviously in trouble. And we have a lot of cultural barriers that are being, brought back into life, when right now what we need to be doing, I believe, is breaking down those cultural barriers. And so I'm trying to create a project that can involve creating awareness about the environment and doing actions about the environment, and also doing actions that will bring the cultures together and reduce the disparity of wealth. So I'm gonna keep working at that, and I'm going to try and do it with my skill set, which is being a schooner guy. So the idea is to build 6 schooners, and have one with doctors, and one with marine biologists, and one with circus people, and one with carpenters, and go to coastal areas and improve the well-being of the coastal areas. And I believe if we improve the well-being of the coastlines of our oceans, that's going to improve the well-being of the ocean. And it'll, of course, help everybody else who lives there.
And what do you need these days for this dream to come through?
Well, I am a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit, and so I need funding in order to keep this vessel going. The idea is that with at least with this vessel, for sure, is that we can actually provide bunks and spaces for marine biologists or for carpenters or whoever, and have the boat be operational and all of that sort of stuff, so we can invite them to come just volunteer and not have to pay to do anything. And so, and especially if we get an entire fleet going. Now, that project also includes the environmental or the economic recovery of a place called Cassiopeia that just got hit by a hurricane. And they've had a wooden boat building tradition for a very long time. So if we manage to raise the $2.5 million for the big project of building the fleet, it cost $1.5 million to build the boats, all 6 boats, all fitted out, and then $1 million to operate the fleet for the first year. And as I said, with everything paid for, so anybody can come join us. But it would also really help good old Cassiopeia, both in 2 ways. Both bring back their traditional wooden boat building culture, and also right now, economically, it would be a great boon for them to have the tourism that our project would create, to have the infrastructure that our project would create. So it's a really cool idea. And I also think that having watched a lot of other NGOs and a lot of other, organizations that try and help, they often seem a bit top-heavy and a bit hard to, they can't stick around long enough to kind of really follow through and get a lot of stuff done. So I'm hoping that our fleet with 6 boats, that's, 6 people on each boat, that's 36 boots on the ground to actually make stuff happen. And then we can stick around for a while. And the boats can kind of move up and down the coast and all around and bring supplies and so it could be a very dynamic, have a very dynamic effect on a coastal community. I mean, we could plant reef and we could build a clinic, and our doctors could train people for the clinic, and we could go up into the forest and help with deforestation and endangered species by creating awareness through our multimedia campaigns and all that sort of thing. So I can see it being a real multifaceted way of doing something for a fishing community. And all the fishing communities all around the world, they all know how to build wooden boats. We could go build these fleets in Indonesia and North Africa. We could, you know, it's a totally repeatable idea. And so if we can get it going down here in the Southern Caribbean in Carriacou, then I'd like to just kind of, the big dream is to have fleets of wooden boats being built all over the planet that are trying to do good stuff and give us all hope again about the fact that we are cool.
That's really beautiful. Yeah. How people can find you, you know, like if they want to donate or if they want to
one easy way is to simply Google Harold Neel, Neel, and interestingly, I'm the first thing that comes up. And so you can see my Facebook presence is where I do most of my broadcasting and staying in touch with everybody. I still find it a very good way of staying in touch with a wide group of people, because you have groups and this and that, and so you can get your message out to quite a few people that way. And but you can also see that I've written a book and that I have a YouTube channel, and then you can, you know, get in touch with me through Facebook and or Messenger.
And it's also your web, Cassiopeia Schooner Project.
We have a website, CassiopeiaSchoonerProject.org, and there you can download our whole presentation for the big project, for the building of the boats. And it's about a 35-page document, has a spreadsheet in it that lists every single nut, bolt, nail in order to build the boats, and all the immigration costs and the administrative costs. It's all been pretty well thought out. It also talks about the types of things that we could do, you know, with the differences between doing the reef and even, you know, approaching things like domestic violence and stuff like that with the women's centers and places that we go. And that's the other aspect of how we're going to approach our project, is that when we get somewhere, we're going to collaborate with the already existing NGOs and movements, because everywhere you go, there's somebody who's working on the environment. There's somebody who's working on women's health and stuff. There's somebody who's working on deforestation and or sustainability with their crops and with their housing and you know, improving the housing so it doesn't, you know, with our climate change, we have to prep for all these new storms. So we can do all those kinds of things.
This was it. This is our friend Harold. We've been staying with him for the last few days here in Bequia. How do you pronounce it?
Bequia, yeah.
Bequia. And yeah, we've been enjoying this boat of his. It's really beautiful. You know, it's your second boat, no? Like you had one that was like this.
Yep, this is the sister ship of the one that I had for 30 years.
Yeah.
And now this one is the spearhead of our project.
Yeah.
The mothership.
Yeah, so he's planning to do all these beautiful things, which I think they're really, really important. Of course they are, like preserving our oceans and, you know, and helping the people who are around them so they can really take care of them. They are not in survival mode, no, there are many things not to be done. You've been doing in which island, what is it called, Mairo?
Carriacou.
Sorry, it's stopping.
That's okay. So far, our project has delivered aid supplies, well, school supplies and Hope buckets from Florida to the Abacos Islands in the Bahamas. And the Hope buckets are 5-gallon buckets that are full of dirt and seeds and everything. And we carried 75 of those and 850 pounds of school supplies to the Abacos because they're recovering from Hurricane Dorian. And then we went on to sail in the Antigua Classic Yacht Regatta and the St. Bart's West Indies Regatta, where all the boats are like this to promote our project. And then we were in Anguilla waiting to go down to Carriacou, and they got smashed by Hurricane Beryl. So we loaded up 4 tons worth of stuff in Anguilla and took it down to Carriacou as a big aid delivery, and then stuck around in Carriacou, and my crew and myself helped all of the broken boats try and get out of the mangroves where they're all smashed up together. And then we came back up to Bequia and got another crew and took them down to Union Island, where everybody volunteered doing some carpentry and working with a group called the Water Mission. That's an amazing group that works all over the world in disaster areas, where they come in and they're the first, trying to get the water systems going again with cisterns and reverse osmosis plants and things like that. So we worked with them for a while. And now we're back in Bequia, regrouping and trying to raise some money to do some repairs to the boat. And then we'll get going again and go back down to Union and back down to Carriacou and try and help them continue to recover from, what is our new climate,
Yeah. He's in real need of a new mast. So people,
yeah.
this cannot move without a mast. So,
all right,
and this man, he's really cool on, giving speeches and, doing carpentry, and maybe you can help people out online on, learning how to sail if people are, wanting to.
Yeah, if you need to learn how to sail, just call me.
Yeah.
Look me up on Facebook, get in touch.
Cassiopeia